class is in. We're going to learn two things here today. One is how to knit this poncho or shawl, depending on how you put it together. And the other is what YouTube doesn't tell you. Basically, you have 365 days to do well, or we're going to start deducting your watch time hours. Which is kind of like a punishment. Anyway, class is in. I'm knitting a shawl. I like to wear a t-shirt, no bra, and then you wear the shawl over top. It covers everything, covers your buttons. I'm knitting this shawl, and when I'm doing that, I'm thinking about stuff. So here's something that YouTube doesn't tell you, that people, I haven't heard it out there, people haven't told you, that when you want to start a YouTube channel, basically, you have about 365 days to do well. Because after that, whatever you've gained in watch time hours, which is towards monetization, part of their requirement, after the 365 days, they start deducting from your account. So let me show you an example that I have. I've tried to draw it out here in a simple way so that you can understand. I've made up a chart with some make-believe numbers here, but let's say in the beginning you start with about 300 your first month, and it continues to grow, and on your 12th month you got 3780, so you're close to the 4,000 hours. But then what happens after the 365 days is YouTube, the algorithm, starts deducting that first month. So let's say the first month was only 300 hours, and you've got this 300 and something, 3,000 something hours. You begin to lose those hours. Each month, they start deducting all of that. So you start going backwards. The meter starts going backwards. So the only way to prevent that is to suddenly have a big spike. For me, like probably everybody, when you start a YouTube channel, you start small. You have small numbers. You have small numbers in subscribers and watch time hours. And you watch the little bars in the monetization section gradually go over. And then one day you have your 1,000 subscribers and you're like, great, we got that. Now we just need the watch time hours. And it's a slow go. It should be somewhat of a steady climb. So for me, it was a slow go. And then because you're learning a craft, you're learning how to do it all. And then last few months is when things have really begun to take off for me. I think, as they tell you, I've posted consistently, so I think the algorithm realizes, oh, she's sticking around. They've realized that long enough. They've been running ads on my channel, so they must realize that I'm sticking around. But anyway, so consistency is a key, but it's not a magic key. It's not something that's going to suddenly get you there. So the only way to rectify this for me is if I suddenly had a spike, I don't know, 300,000 views, a spike in views, which would increase my watch time hours, so that this deduction that's occurring as each year, 12-month previous drops off, I still am up in the numbers. I don't know. Okay, so many times I've thought of myself, I thought about this as it's a game. Do I want to play the game? And I have been playing the game. People say, well, you have to look at it as a business if you want to get monetized. Okay, I can look at it as a business, but I think it's kind of a ripoff in the end. If you're really close to having all the right number of hours for monetization, and suddenly everything starts getting deducted. Wouldn't it be nice if we had credit debt and after a year they take off your previous, you're in month 13 and then they start taking off the previous months? Yeah, well, you owed $1,200, but way back in January you only owed $100, so we're going to take that one off. Gee. Oh my goodness. The only time meters go down and it pleases us is when it's a debt. This is not a debt. Anyways, I'm in to play the game. Why? Because you have to pull yourself back to the basic reasons of why you do something. And in this case, I like knitting. And I like sharing what I'm knitting. And If I can enhance your day in some way, then I've met my goal. And that's a meter that hopefully always goes up. So cheers. Okay, P.S. This shawl is basic knitting. I'm just using a garter stitch, which means you're knitting every row as you turn it. I cast on 150 stitches of a DK weight alpaca yarn, and which is the first time I've ever knit with alpaca yarn. And this is really a nice yarn. It's a bit expensive, but it's nice, soft yarn. I really like it. And so you cast on 150 stitches, just a garter stitch, and you just keep knitting, knitting, knitting. I am using 3, maybe 4 balls of yarn, depends on what the yardage is in your ball of yarn or skein of yarn. And then what happens, at some point, it will be long enough that I will sew it and leave it opening for the head, and then the rest goes down over the body. So I'll show you when it's done. But in the meantime, if you want to get 3 or 4 skeins of yarn, DK weight, or you could actually use a worsted weight, but I find that the finer the weight, the better it drapes, and it's not too heavy. So a DK weight is good. DK, what a strange term. It's called double knitting, DK. Anyways, you use a DK weight yarn, 150 stitches or whatever width you want, and you can make it wider if you want, and you just keep knitting till you get to the end of your skeins. Then you just fold it. You'll sew up so far, leave an opening for the hole, and it does create a nice sort of rectangle drape. Like I said, I'll show you when I have it finished. I have a goal. I want to get this finished for Christmas. So I've got, 6 days left? I'll make it. I'm going to make it work. Cheers. All right, here's another P.S. I called it a shawl, but really my goal is the poncho. But in truth, if you want to make it just into a shawl, you don't have to sew up the edge, fold it in half, sew it up. You can just keep it elongated. So it's 150 stitches wide, and it's probably about, I don't know, I'm not sure how long it is. This one's quite long. But if you make it long enough, you can just make a shawl. It's a rectangle shawl, just put it around you. And I would suggest finishing the edges with a nice crochet edge, go all the way around. And then you get something cozy to throw over your shoulders in the winter when you're trying to stay warm and nice. And sometimes you can even throw it over the top of your coat for a little bit of decoration or style, let's say, depending on the wool. Like maybe you're using a wool that's self-striping, or anyways, the possibilities are endless. Cheers. I'm a happy girl.